There are a couple of things to keep in mind. I would like to remind myself and yourself. According to Imam Hanafi, when we stand up during the qira'ah, we basically bring together our hands like this and under our belly button. That's basically how it needs to be done. So when we are prostrating, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. Actually, before prostrating, let me go back to bowing down. Our position should be 90%. Our position of our legs and on position of our back should be 90%. And we have to push ourselves as much as possible. And when going towards the ruku, we have to make sure, according to Imam Hanafi, so it's not mandatory, it's not going to harm your prayer, but that is the way to act before the divine presence. Your knees touches the floor first, and then your hands, and then your forehead for the prostration. And that part is very important according to Imam Hanafi. When doing the prostration, when doing the sajda, that is, I want you to please pay attention here. When doing sajda, it is very important that you do not take your feet off the ground. It has to be attached to the ground, otherwise your prayer is dismissed. You have to redo it again. That is a very important part to keep in mind. Let me come back to the standing. Some people ask how my legs should be positioned. Some people open their legs a lot, some people not. So there is no, as long as you are comfortable, and you have to choose, you have to find your comfort zone, because your comfort is very important. You need to concentrate and imagine yourself before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How would you stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That should be your position. When performing the prayer, and let me give you another term, ta'adil arkan, praying it accordingly is very important. For example, if you are praying too fast, like for example you bowed down and you are doing ruku, and you just went there and get up and you didn't even have a chance to say Subhan Rabbil Azim, that prayer is not a prayer. And you get up and you did not stay to be able to say Rabbana wa lakal hamd, at least this time, Sami Allahu liman hamida, Rabbana wa lakal hamd. It is too quick and it's not accordingly. And you went to the sajda, again you did not do it properly. And when you come back from the sajda for right before go to the second sajda, you need to stay certain amount of time. That means at least 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Otherwise, it is not properly completed. And also, when reciting the Quran, you have to recite so that you are able to hear yourself. Reciting in heart is not counted. Reciting in your intention or in your brain is not accepted. That means your lips actually has to move, and you should be able to hear yourself in order to be properly, to be a prayer performed properly. So those are very important things to keep in our mind. And I want you to please make sure that at least when you go to the sajda, remind yourself again not to take your hands away. And another reminder, for man, wearing things properly is very important. I see, unfortunately, sometimes in mosques, remember, for man, the body parts that we are allowed to show is known, like with our belly button and until till our knees, and knees are included. So therefore, as long as those parts are closed, we are okay. But when you go to the sajda, sometimes, especially youngsters are wearing like some kind of pants, and it makes some parts of them opening up, and that really harms their prayer. They have to redo it. They have to redo it. And for example, if you have clothing that has pictures or symbols of different things on it, that is not recommended. So after adhan and after we completed our voluntary prayer, which means sunnat prayer, 2 cycles, 2 rak'ah of sunnat prayers, if you are praying with the congregation, you will hear which we call iqama, calling to the prayer to be with the congregation. If you are not with the jama'ah, if you are not with the congregation, you should do it by yourself, but it's not mandatory. It is a sunnah to do that, and this is how we do it. Basically adhan and just adding qad qamat salah into it, and let me perform it for you. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah, ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah, hayya ala falah. Qad qamat salah, qad qamat salah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. This is called iqama, and it is recited right before the takbir. That means right before we start our prayer. And if you are praying with the jama'ah, someone else is already reciting, you don't have to worry about it. But if you are praying yourself, reciting iqama is sunnah. Please keep that in mind as well.